Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our YouTube live stream. My name is Glenn Tompkins. It's my pleasure to be here today. Thank God it's Friday. Another week of trading down in the books. Well, almost, because we're still in the afternoon. But by the end of the day, it'll be another trading week down in the books. And looks like our live streams are still doing good. Thank you for that. That all comes from you guys making that happen. We are on YouTube, so right now that means you have an opportunity to subscribe to the VectorVest software if you like. Let me get to that in a quick second. First off, my name is Glenn Tompkins. I'm a senior instructor here at VectorVest. I've been with VectorVest for 14 years, a long time. And I'm here to talk to you about the power of the software. And this is part of our new mini-series starting off the 2019 year. Our first mini-series called The 7 Secrets to Making Money in the Market. Last week we covered the first 2 secrets, and this week we're going to cover the second 2 secrets. And so I'm glad that you're here, you're able to see that. And you know, when you talk about the secrets themselves, they are secrets that not everybody knows about. And for many of you out there who are new, this is a great way to get a full, better feel of how it works. So let me do this one way. There we go. Last week we covered keep it simple and read the graphs. Today we're going to cover heed the color guard and exploit the home page. Now when you're looking at these things are all being covered by a software called VectorVest. VectorVest is a portfolio management and stock analysis system. What we do, and it's been around for 30 years, so it's not a company that's just been here and now goes away. It's been here for a while. It must be doing something right in order to be around for 30 years. We entail helping you manage your portfolio and analyze any of the over 8,000 stocks that we track in the United States. Excuse me. And you can analyze any of over 23,000 stocks that we have globally in the 7 different markets that we track. All right, so there's a plethora of stocks that can be used to help you in your trading and helping you to find the right stocks based upon how you invest in the market. That's what we're all about. We're not a broker. So any of you who may have a question of if we are a broker, we're not a broker, so you cannot buy and sell stocks through us. But we are that intermediary between you and your broker in using our software to get your trading ideas over to your broker, where you'll actually place the trade. So that's what we do. Actually, I have my chain out today, just so that you know. I'm a New Yorker, so as my New Yorker, I have my Yankee charm, and I have my cross because I pray for my Yankees. First time I've ever seen my actual jewelry out on screen, but today was one of those days when I did that. All right, so that's a little bit about me. That's a little bit about the software and what we do. Check out our Twitter. We do have a Twitter account. Check out our Twitter for upcoming streams and vote in the polls. All right, vote in those polls. Let's get a feel of what you guys out there are feeling depending on the question that we ask. If you haven't seen part 1 of this mini-series, tap on the video now and click the link provided. It will be provided at the end of the stream too. So if you're just coming in on the second part of the 3-part mini-series, you can check out the first one as well. And looks like I'm right on board to get into the 7 Secrets Part 2. So if you're here, let me hear you chat. If you're here, let me know that you're here and let me know where you're from. YouTube is a big platform. A lot of people show up here. So I love having the interaction. Don't be afraid to talk. Please don't be afraid to talk. Come talk to me. Come and talk to me and let me know that you're here and we'll go from there. All right. So we're going to start with the home page because secret number 3, put up secret number 3 for me real quick.
I don't have it yet.
Okay. Secret number 3 is called heed the color guard. All right. And I think Joey's going to get to it. Oh no, go to 149. It starts at 149. You're on 104. Go all the way down. I'll tell you. All right, good. Manage to keep going down, keep going down, keep going down. Third secret. There it is. All right. put that up for them. All right, and I want you to see that. He's going to bring it up. The third secret is called Heed the Color Guard, and we're going to start off with that as he puts that up. I can click on it now?
Yeah.
So using the VectorVest software, Heed the Color Guard. The Color Guard, we like to talk about the Color Guard being the newspaper into the homepage, being the newspaper into the market for you. And part of that homepage, part of that newspaper really entails the Color Guard, and the Color Guard is a traffic light into the market. How many of you feel that having a traffic light into the market is beneficial? Again, I'm going to try to get you guys to chat as much as I can. How many of you feel that having a traffic light into the market is beneficial? All right, as I give you that opportunity to type it in, I'm going to keep moving on. That traffic light, well, just like a traffic light does, when you see green, it's okay to buy stocks long. When you see a lot of red, it's not a good time to buy stocks long. And when you see a lot of yellow, it's a good time to be cautious in the market or slow down. And I think being able to have that information at your fingertips puts you in a better position to know when it's okay to really add on to your positions, buy new positions, hold on to your existing positions, or start selling out of some of the positions you own, or stop buying stocks long. And if you have that information, it's going to help you make a better process to be able to consistently make money. Now, you'll hear me say this on more than one occasion. There's a difference between making money in the market and consistently making money in the market. We're in the business to show you how to consistently make money in the market. That's what we do. You can pick a stock, make a lot of money, and think that you're a genius. Man, I made a great decision. But what happens with your next trade, or the trade after that, or the trade after that? Now, I'm not going to tell you that every trade that you pick with VectorVest is going to be a profitable trade. But I will tell you, we'll give you a higher propensity of probability. Propensity of probability. Wow. Say that 10 times real time. Say that 10 times really fast. You're going to get the propensity to have the probability to make more money than not. And learning how to mitigate losses is going to be important too. So when we're looking at heeding the color guard, looking at that homepage, using that homepage as your real traffic light into the market, you're going to be better at ease, especially when the market's going awry, especially when the market is going crazily volatile. This becomes the beacon that steers you through stormy waters. And, I think we all need that at some point in time. Because if not, we're going to get lost in the ocean, drift around a lot, and not have a defined direction of where we need to go. And sometimes it gets you caught out there to the point that you drown. We don't want that to happen. We are that beacon to guide you through the stormy waters to the shore. All right? So heeding the color guard is another powerful secret within the top 7 secrets. So now I'm going to start us off on the homepage. And this homepage, again, is your traffic light into the market. Currently, as we look at how many stocks we track 8,094 stocks in the database. That's in the U.S. database. And remember, we track over 7 databases, and they all have the amount that fits that country. Okay? The databases reflect the countries that they track. We track the U.S., Canada, Australia, UK, EU, Hong Kong, and somebody else. I'm probably missing one body. Hong Kong and Singapore. Singapore is the 7th country. So we track 7 countries, and each one of those have stocks that fit in their respective countries based on that. But we track the most stocks in the U.S. database, which is 8,094. Every stock in our database gets a buy, sell, or hold recommendation. That's important. Because just because a stock has a buy recommendation doesn't always mean it's the right time to buy stocks. That's important because that's why market timing is important. Market timing tells you the direction of the market. We time the market, and in timing the market, we don't prognosticate which way the market's going to go. We follow the trend of the market and keep you on the right side of the trend. By keeping you on the right side of the trend, you're going to be able to know whether it's okay to buy stocks or not buy stocks, hold on to your stocks, manage the trades, or start to think about closing out of positions, all right? So every stock, it's a buy, sell, or hold recommendation. And if I move over to our market timing gauge, this is our day-over-day traffic light. It tells you on a day-over-day basis, are we bearish, neutral, or bullish? Right now, with today's activity in the market, we are 3 ticks into the green. We give the guidance as to what this information means. The color guard is bullish. VectorVest does advocate buying safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price at this time. Very straightforward. Very straightforward. So that's why I'm letting you know that this homepage is your traffic light into the market. This is your daily traffic light. Now, if I want to look more into a more in-depth traffic light, I go down to the color guard, and this is where we start to talk about heating the color guard. The color guard tracks 3 of our market timing indicators every day. Price, which is the price movement of the VectorVest composite. Well, let's go back up a little bit. This is the VectorVest composite. The VectorVest composite is an indexed arithmetic average of all of the stocks that we track. So all of these stocks, 8,094 stocks, are tracked into one indicator called the VVC or VectorVest composite. It is an indexed arithmetic average of all of those stocks, and currently that average of all of those stocks is currently trading at, where am I?
I have it. I'm trying to get it.
Okay, is currently trading at $44.05. Now we track that indicator on both the week over week and day over day basis, and currently today it's up 0.9%, 8.87%. We also track the other indexes in the market. The Dow, which tracks the movement of 30 stocks, up 0.9%. The NASDAQ, which is the movement of about 4,300 stocks, tracks the movement and we can see how far it's up. Now let's go see. Somebody said, I invited some friends. Thank you, Ask Lepades. I appreciate that. Benoit says, how the sound is not high. We're working on that. I think we turned it up a little bit, and hopefully, Benoit, that is a little higher. Hopefully, let me know if it's not. All right. Need to set reminders for these. It's not easy to find. I'll talk about that in a second. If you, in your YouTube, you should have in the top right-hand corner a little bell. Looks like a little bell. Click on that bell, and that bell will help you to set up reminders for when the next presentation is going to be. All right? That's what you do. Use that little bell as a means to set up your reminders. All right? Or see when the next presentation will be coming up. All right? So as we continue to look on at this color guard and looking at the price movement of the VectorVest composite, today again, it's at, we were talking about the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ tracks about 4,300 stocks. It's up 1.19%. That's the leader of the major indices today. But keep in mind, it tracks about 4,300 stocks, but it looks at very tech-heavy stocks. So the Googles, the Apples, the Microsofts, well, not Microsofts, but a lot of the tech stocks are traded in the NASDAQ. Problem is with that, you're putting a lot of your eggs into one basket. Not all of them, but a lot of eggs into one basket. And all it takes is for a stock like Apple or Google to do good or bad. It can affect that whole NASDAQ. All right? The S&P 5 and 100 track 5 and 100 stocks respectively. A lot of the stocks that are tracked in the S&P 500 are very good stocks, but would you rather track the movement of 500 stocks or track the movement of over 8,000 stocks? And there again comes the VectorVest composite. All of these indices are up today, so the market is bullish today. That's the reason why our market timing gauge is 3 ticks into the green on a daily basis, and it tells you it's okay to buy stocks today. Go down to the color guard. I'm going to expand this out a little bit, change it from a small to a medium. Now, what does that do? I'm going to give you more information on how to effectively time the market or effectively heed the color guard to know, and I'm going to teach you a couple of things. I'm going to teach you how to get in and out of the market very easily by way of that color guard.
Turn your mic up a little bit.
Turn my mic up a little bit. Okay.
Is that the right way?
Yeah, I think so. Is that better?
I think it went the wrong way.
Try the
Volume
other.
should be to the right.
turning it to the right.
Okay, that should be good.
How about I move this up a little bit?
Maybe pull closer to you.
Yeah, there you go. Hopefully that makes sense. Does that sound better? Oh, I hope so. And Joey is letting me know if that sounds better or not by way of your chat. Hopefully that sounds better. I turned the mic up and I moved it closer. So hopefully that sounds better. Did he say it sounded better?
No, yeah, but they're on like a 30-second delay still.
All right, so that's fine. Now, looking at the color guard. Remember, the color guard tracks the movement of these indicators. The price is the price movement of the VectorVest composite. We track its movement both on a day-over-day and week-over-week basis. The next indicator, RT, stands for relative timing. The RT looks at the short-term price trend of the market. This indicator is cast on a scale between 0 and 2. We make it simple. It's good? Excellent. We make that simple. Between 0 and 2, if the indicator, any indicator that we have that is on that scale, if that indicator is above the value of 1, it's favorable. If it's below the value of 1, it's unfavorable. So that's a good thing. 0 to 2, above 1 favorable, below 1 unfavorable. This indicator, though, looks at the short-term price trend of the market. It's going to only answer one question for me. Is the market in an uptrend or a downtrend? When RT is above 1, the market's in an uptrend. The more above 1 it is, the faster in an uptrend it is. When it's below the value of 1, it's in a downtrend. The further below 1 it is, the faster in a downtrend it is. So that indicator is a very simple indicator to use, but it's a powerful indicator in determining if the market really is in an uptrend or a downtrend. So that indicator is super important. Now, when I'm talking about that this functions like a traffic light, use that. Green, today, green is bullish. It's good and okay to buy stocks. If we were in the yellow, it would be neutral. Caution is advised. Notice that when we say red is bearish, do not buy any stocks. Notice we'll never tell you to sell stocks. That's up to you. Everybody on an individual basis will determine when it's the right time for them to sell stocks. But when we get a lot of red in the color guard, especially in this market timing gauge, that's not a good time to add new bullish stocks to your portfolio. So think of it from that perspective. Now, many of you always say, well, you never tell us to sell our stocks. That's because everybody invests a little differently. Everybody has their own set of stops that they're comfortable with. So we recognize that and we respect that. That's why we'll never tell you at any point in time, hey, go sell your stocks, because what might be the right time for us to sell may not still be the right time for you to sell. So let me answer that question and put that misnomer to bed that we never tell you to sell your stocks. But guess what? When it's red and it's bearish, you're not supposed to buy any new stocks. That should help. And if you're not putting on any new stocks, then maybe the stocks that you're in that red situation, would be getting very close to your level to sell stock, to sell the stocks that you own. Always have stops in place. Always have stops in place. Now, I'm going to move this to a small real quick. I'll tell you why. Because this is where we get the idea of how well these indicators are doing on both a week-over-week and day-over-day basis. Notice that today's price is at $44 and $44.05. All right, we have real-time data, so this will tick real-time as the market moves along. I go back 5 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can see that the price today at $44.05 is higher than it was 1 week ago, $43.58. So I know that the price of the VectorVest composite has risen on a week-over-week basis. But wait, there's more. We track it on a day-over-day basis as well. I can look back yesterday, the price closed at $43.67. Today's price is higher than it was yesterday as well. So this indicator rose on both the week-over-week and day-over-day basis. That's why we assign a green tile. This color guard gives you a more detailed look at the market based on those three indicators. RT today closed right now. It's not closed. The market's still moving. So we can see these indicators tick real time. Right now, RT is at 1.03. Well, it closed higher, or it is currently higher than it was a week ago at 1.01. And it's currently higher than it was yesterday at 1.01. This indicator rose on both the week-over-week and day-over-day basis and is above the value of 1. Any indicator that's based on a scale between 0 and 2, above 1 is favorable, right? This indicator not only rose on a week-over-week and day-over-day basis, but it's above the value of 1 and favorable, so we assign a green tile. The next indicator, the BSR, or buy-to-sell ratio. We didn't talk about that yet. What is the buy-to-sell ratio? Remember, every stock in our database gets a buy, sell, or hold recommendation every single day. We look at the relationship of buy recommendations divided by sells. Any of you who are new, these are not buys in the market and sells in the market. These are buy recommendations in the VectorVest software compared to sell recommendations in the VectorVest software. There's a myriad of different things that are needed for a stock to get a buy recommendation, a hold recommendation, or a sell. And I'll save that for another stream to teach you how stocks get to be a buy or hold or a sell. But right now, we have more stocks that are buy recommendations than sells. That BSR, or buy to sell ratio, is above the value of 1 and it's favorable. This is not cast on a scale between 0 and 2 though. But above 1, we have more buys in the system than sells. This indicator looks at the overall health of the market. Above the value of 1, the market is showing signs of strength. So again, going back to the daily color guard, this color guard really encapsulates what's really going on in the market without having to do a lot of scurrying around to try to find out data, put it all together, and come up with a solution. We give you all of that information in one central spot known as the color guard, and that's why step number 3 is to heed the color guard. Currently, 3 green lights today. That's a bullish point for the day. The MTI looks at all 3 of these indicators into one indicator, also cast on a scale between 0 and 2. Above 1 is favorable, below 1 is unfavorable, but the MTI also tracks something known as the underlying trend of the market. Above 1, the underlying trend of the market is up. So look at all of the data that you're getting. Not data. Look at all of the useful information that you're getting here in regards to knowing what's truly going on with the market. Let me back up. You look at TV, you look at CNBC, you look at MSNBC, you look at Fox News, you look at a lot of the news channels and the talking heads that are out there, okay? And you listen to them talk, and they have people on board. Next coming up, is the market bullish or bearish? Tune in. 8 minutes from now, we'll talk to 2 people and they'll tell you what's going on. Fine. 8-minute commercials go by. You go back to the show. Hi, Joe. And you work for blah, blah, blah. What do you think is going on in the market? Well, we think that the market's bullish right now based on what's going on with the multiples of the stocks and the earnings, and knowing that the Fed is doing this and blah, blah. They have a long dissertation as to why they feel the market is bullish. Then you ask Mike, so Mike, what do you think? Well, Mike works for blah, blah, blah. He's a hedge fund manager. He's been managing stocks. He's got $40 trillion under management and blah, 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 blah. So you think of all of the things that they put behind what they do. You say, wow, this guy's got some credibility. So then he turns around and says, well, no, I think the market is bearish because I'm looking at the ETFs and I'm looking at the 10-year yield bond, and I'm looking at what's going on with gasoline and oil and what's going on in Brazil, all of those things. So you're getting caught up in all that stuff. Go, oh man, this guy knows what he's talking about. And the market is bearish. So they argue back and forth. Who thinks the market is bullish? Who thinks the market is bearish? And I know a lot of you are chuckling in your seats right now because that's exactly what goes on when you look at what's going on in the market. Mike says, thank you. Mike says, you are the man, Glenn. Great job. I appreciate that. All right, so think about that. These two are going back at it. And after the segment is done, are you any more knowledgeable if the market is bullish or bearish? Think about that. No, go back. Not there.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay, so you think about that and you say, am I any more educated on knowing if the market really is bullish or bearish, or did I just listen to 7 minutes of information and I want my 7 minutes back? All right, so now let's fast forward from there and go back to here. How about I can tell you that the price of the VectorVest composite is risen on a week-over-week and day-over-day basis, gives me a green tile. That VectorVest composite tracks the move of over 8,000 stocks. Boom. RT, which tells me if the market is in an uptrend or not. It's got a green light because it rolls on both the week-over-week and day-over-day basis. Boom. Let's go to the buy-to-sell ratio. It looks at the health of the market. It rolls on a week-over-week and day-over-day basis. I have a green light. How quickly did I discern that the market is doing well right now, that the market right now is bullish? Not only that, look at the color guard. Look at the colors over the last 6 days. How many green lights do we have in there? How many green lights tell me that that indicator rolls on both the week-over-week and day-over-day basis and is capsulated in the last 6 trading days? Did I have to listen to those people on TV get me more confused? Or do I have the power of the VectorVest software to go, hell, I know the market's moving up. Plain and simple. I got more green lights than I have anything. The market is bullish. I can look at the MTI. The MTI tells me that the underlying trend of the market is up. I can go to the trend column, which tracks 2 trends of the market for you every day. The first 2 letters in the trend column shows you an indicator called the primary wave. The primary wave is the week-to-week movement of the VectorVest composite. I can clearly see that the price has risen on a week-over-week basis, so the primary wave is up. How about the second 2 letters looks at the underlying trend of the market, or the MTI. The MTI is above the value of 1, so the second 2 letters are up. How about the slowest, most conservative call we have in the market is called the confirmed calls. We have a confirmed up call. Good, Gordon Gin. Look at everything that VectorVest puts in your hands right there. Do I have to look at the TV and now make the decision? Do I have to get a newsletter in the snail mail to say, hey, look at this report? Do I have to get an email from somebody saying, get this free report, these stocks are going to blah, 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 blah? No. I got the power of heating the color guard, the third secret, heating the color guard to do what I got to do. So let's go back to what the slide says. It functions like a traffic light. Green is bullish. It's okay to buy. Yellow is neutral. Caution is advised. So in that color guard, right now, we got more green than anything. The color guard does not tell you when to sell. I talked to you about that because everybody's feeling on selling is different. So we respect that. So you got to feel what and you know something? How do you know when to sell? What's your threshold for pain? What's the most you're willing to lose on a position? That needs to be in your trading plan. That needs to be in your trading plan. The most amount of money I'm willing to lose on a position, that should be your stop. Plain and simple. So now, can I go to the next one, Joey? Woo! Sure. All right, another thing when heating the color guard. Watch the daily color guard reports. Let's go back to here. Watch the daily color guard reports. And we don't have it here. We have it here. All right, watch the daily color guard report right here. All right? That is a nightly, that is a nightly video that we do every night. We tell you what went on the market today, and we prepare you for tomorrow. If you're a subscriber and you're not watching that, you're doing yourself a disservice. Somebody like me, a senior instructor, will report every night as to what's going on in the market. Use that information. So not only use the color guard, use that daily, use the color guard report to back up or affirm what's going on. Now, before I move on to the next slide, I want to show you something. Now I'm going to put this back onto medium and actually move you on to this one. All right. Remember I told you I'm going to show you when you can get in and out of the market? Let's go back here. We had a confirmed down call. That's the slowest, most conservative call we have, okay? What was going on in the market? January 8th, a green light in the color guard pricing column. Okay, green light in the color guard, that's a bullish sign, even though we had the longer term signal as a down. As a more aggressive trader, I could have been in the market. I could have been in the market for 1, 2, 3 days. Okay? At that time, when you get a yellow light, you don't buy any new stocks. But if you need more confirmation than just having the green light, then maybe you look for the primary wave up and the green light. That is good for the prudent investor. If I didn't have a primary wave up, or if I had a primary wave up and not a green light, the aggressive trader would be in the market. The prudent investor would wait a little bit more. Now I need more confirmation. There's the confirmation, green light. So now as a prudent investor, I'm in. If I need more confirmation, How about I wait until the MTI goes above the value of 1? That means the underlying trend in the market is up. So now, a little less aggressive, primary wave up, green light, and the MTI above 1. How about I give you a fourth opportunity? How about when you're looking for primary wave up, green light, MTI above 1, and a confirmed call? The slowest, most conservative timing signal would have had you in on January 18th. So no matter what type of investor you are, we have the means to get you in and out of the market using this color guard. Folks, this is why you heed the color guard. Watch the daily color guard reports. Oops, hold on. And what else is on here? Watch the daily color guard reports. And now we're going to go into the fourth secret, which is exploit the homepage. Anybody have any questions on how to effectively use the color guard? That is one of the most powerful things that we have in this software. You dry at I was. That can be dry. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, coming down. Thank you for your feedback. This found the part 1 on the channel. Thank you for having it there. Missed it. There you go. There you go. Thank you. That can be dry. Man,
about the color guard report.
Oh, the color guard report being dry. Listen, it could be at depending on the person that gives it. Listen, we got different personalities that give it, but they all know what they're talking about. So just keep that in mind. Everybody who gives the report, the color guard report, knows what they're talking about, and it's all about styles. All right, so just keep that in mind. It really is all about styles. So, as we talked about using the color guard, that's a powerful piece of the puzzle, and that's why it's one of the 7 secrets. Let's now go back to
faster,
smart. Didn't mean to do that. Dang it! I'm just jumping all over the place. Woo! I don't know. I'm jumping.
You don't be clicking.
I'm trying to click on the right stuff.
Tell me what you want.
Exploit the home page.
So this is our 4th secret?
That's the 4th secret. So we looked at just the home page, and we looked at just the color guard. Now I'm going to show you how to exploit the home page. What that means is looking at all of the other things that are on that home page. Remember, this whole home page is your entrance into the software. Now, as I look at that, where am I at? There we go. Why did you put me there? Don't put me there. I wanted to go here. And how do I get it back over here? Oh, Lord. There it is. Exploit the home page. I know. All of the information you need to make money with VectorVest is on the home page.
All right. Says he was in the primary wave.
Oh, he got in. So James got in on the primary wave?
Marjon.
Oh, that's Mark. Mark got in on the primary wave. Depending on how aggressive you are, you have a signal to start getting you back into the market after the market has gotten beaten up. All right? So all the information you need to make money with VectorVest is on the home page. Let me break that down. All right? Put you back onto the big home page. All right? And that way, now you get a better feel of all of the things that are here. Can I move things around on this home page, Joey?
I'd rather you didn't.
Okay. So, first thing we talked about was the market timing gauge and the color guard. That's not the only thing that's on this home page, and now that's why I'm showing you more of the home page. Now, also,
Some questions here.
okay, I got questions coming up. Joey's making sure I see them. I was in on the primary wave. Primary is slow for me. Really? That is the fastest indicator that we have. Do you mean slow for you or fast for you? Ask Lepades. You saying that it's but not holding funds long. The primary wave is the fastest indicator that we have. It's the fastest that'll get you in. Let me show you something. I'm going to go to the graphs. Talking about market timing.
Go back to home.
Go back to home.
And then go down to
Okay. There we go. Let me show you a little something about those calls. I'm looking at a 1-year look back period on the VectorVest composite. So I got a little bit of time where I can talk about this. I'm going to show you the fastest indicator all the way to the slowest indicator to get you in to the market. Let's start with the primary wave. Okay? I'm going to go down. You probably can't see this, but I'm going to go down and change and put on the primary wave, but you're going to see all of the yellow, all of the red and green entry points. Notice that this indicator in Asclepiades, if you're saying that this is too slow, do you notice that over the year how many calls it initiated? A lot. This is a fast timing indicator. It'll get you out close to market tops, and it'll get you in close to market bottoms. That's what it's designed to do. It's designed to catch all of the bumps and wiggles in the market. That's why we call it the fastest indicator. Let's slow this down a little bit. All right, hold on. Yes, I mean too fast. There you go. That's what I thought. I mixed the words. I'm still in with UPRO. All right, that's fine. But this is a fast indicator that will get you in, again, close to bottoms and out close to tops, and do it time and time again. If this is too fast for you, especially if you look at these signals, you can determine that this is too fast for you and back away from it. Let me slow it down a little bit. Let's go put on the primary, let's go put on the green light buyer. Those are the green lights that show up in the color guard pricing column like we have right now. Now, the cool thing about this timing signal, notice that it only gives you a down on a confirmed down, but when the market's moving up, it gives you specific days on when it's okay to buy stocks. The yellow lights mean that there's no green light in the color guard pricing column. So on the green lights, you can buy stocks or replace stocks that you've gotten out of. Now, the bad thing about this, though, is the market is moving up. Not every green light is the same, and it can get you in even as the market is starting to pull down. So I'm going to put a change on this. I'm going to put on the green light buyer RT kicker. This now uses moving averages of RT in order to get you in and out. Notice that some of the green lights went away. Not as many. All right, let's slow this down a little bit more. Let's go from the green light buyer to the DEW, technical timing signal. Get you in and out nicely, but from a technical standpoint. And then go to the slowest, most conservative timing call, the confirmed calls, a lot less calls. So it all depends, Asclepiades.
He says, I like this one.
All right, so there you go. Asclepiades says he likes this one, which is probably the primary, the confirmed calls. It issues less calls. Look at it, does a good job of keeping you in when the market's up and getting you out when the market's down. Not a bad way to go if you're looking for your longer term holdings.
Fast trades for a few days.
If you're going to do fast trades for a few days, I'd probably use the DEW. The DEW or the green light buyer. But if I'm going to trade on a more day-over-day basis, primary wave will get me in and out. So, folks, I've taken you through the market timing graph. Even though this secret is to exploit the home page, part of exploiting the home page is making sure that the market timing is right for you. I've shown you the different market timing calls that we have, and that was just 4 out of the 7. That was 4 out of the 7. Actually, it was 5 out of the 7 because I did the green light buyer and the RT kicker. So that was 5 out of the 7 that I've shown. Based upon what you see there, you can find a timing signal for you, however you invest in the market. All right, so I'm going to go back to my home page. Remember, we're talking about exploiting the home page. What else is on this home page? All right, how about we have the top industries and the top sectors on this home page as well? If I want to hone in on, well, man, insurance health is up 1% today, but overall it's got an RT of 1.36. This is the fastest moving industry in the whole in the software. I'm using the home page to get that information. I've never gotten to any of the other tabs. I'm strictly looking at the home page. First off, we looked at the color guard. Now I'm still just looking at all of the other aspects of the home page. So the top industries, top 5 industries are here. The top 5 sectors are here. So I can hone in from sector to industry to help me find some stocks. Well, how about we also have the top stocks by way of our master indicator, VST, with eHealth at the top of the list, up 1.81%. How about SMTX, which is up 3.79%? How about ATTU, one of the top 5 stocks in the database by VST, up 8.84%? Folks, every stock that's our top VST stock on a good up day today is making money. How about that's a good place to be able to find stocks whenever you want them. If you don't know what searches you want to look at yet, How about looking at our top VST stocks, using that with market timing? Folks, does it get any simpler than that? Think about it. That's a rhetorical question. How simple is that? So now we're looking at powerful information in its simplest form of simplicity. You put that as a good combination together, you're going to make money in the market. Not only that, you're going to make money consistently. There's a difference, again, between making money and making money consistently. Put the timing together. Look at this home page. We haven't gotten into the viewers and the graphs and the Unisearch and the backtesters and all that. We haven't gotten into any of that. This is just a home page, and that's why it's secret number 4. It's that powerful. Fast trades for a few days. VST is the VectorVest marker. VST is the value, safety, and timing. It's a vector formula. All right. Jay says top VST rocks, and it does. Looking at some of the top VST stocks consistently can help you to make money. I can consistently help you to make money. All right. So looking at what's going on in the color guard, we're more bullish right now. Looking at what's going on in the market today. And even if you're an end-of-day investor and you don't have real-time data, then you're going to, that's why I didn't move it. That's why I didn't move it. All right. The whole idea is being able to use this software to make money. Now, I'm going to ask, does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions? Because if you do, say again? Let's see. Jay says, what is the best signal for a swing trade? Let's check that out. So let's go. You can move that back down.
Hang on.
Oh, sorry. All right. I'm going to go bring back up the VectorVest, the market timing graph. I'm going to ask you the question. Look at the signals that are generated. I'm going to give you 3 to choose from. Would you swing trade with the primary wave? Would you swing trade with the confirmed calls and look at the signals that are generated? Or would you swing trade with the DEW? Now, while you answer the question, so it's going to be, you're going to enter 1, 2, or 3. The primary wave, what did I say? Dagnabbit. I didn't write it down. I said the primary wave, the DEW, or the confirmed calls. All right, there we go. Now, keep in mind, looking at the signals that are here, a swing trade is trying to stay in the stock for a couple of days to a couple of weeks. Do I want to use the slow signals such as the confirmed call? Do I want to use the primary wave, which is a very fast signal, can get me in and out a lot faster? Or look at the signals on the DEW. Will that help me to stay in the stock a couple of days to a couple of weeks? So type in 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3, or put the name, the primary wave, the confirmed call, or the DEW. So I'm going to let you guys answer the question. I know what the answer is. Too fast, go again. So ask the Pallades. I'm going to tell you. There you go. I'm going to move that over. I'm going to tell you what I said. The 3 that I made mention are going to either be the confirmed calls. Look at those signals. All right. The primary wave. Look at those signals. Or the DEW. Look at those signals. The whole idea is I'm trying to hold stocks for a couple of days to a couple of weeks. Out of those 3 timing signals, which would you use for swing trading? All right. True.
Second one.
I'm going to be looking at the DEW. That's the one that I want you to get involved to. 3 would have been the DEW. Everybody who's typing in 3 or typing in DEW, based on those signals, that's exactly the one that you would be looking at for a swing trade. Yes, Ed J, I want to do this trading. What is the best signal? So there you go. You can move that over. So now, Jay talked about what was the best signal for swing trading. Asclepiades said that he wanted to also get on board with the swing trading. I'm going to tell you that the DEW, look at that, couple of days to a couple of weeks to the downside, couple of days to a couple of weeks, back and forth, couple of days to a couple of weeks. This one really works out really well for a swing trade perspective. I think that the primary wave is too fast. That's good for shorter term trades. All right. Namely, I could be in a stock in today and out tomorrow, technically. And that can happen over and over. If I'm looking at the primary wave, I'm only buying while the primary wave is up. And when the primary wave is down, I'm either sitting on the sidelines or playing the market to the downside, one of the two. But the DEW is a good signal to hone in for your swing trading. And again, the difference between a day trade and a swing trade. Day trade is I'm in a stock for a couple of minutes to a couple of hours. A swing trade, I'm in a couple of days to a couple of weeks. And on a longer term conservative, I'm in a stock for a couple of weeks to a couple of months. I believe that the buy and hold is long gone to the wayside, and the paradigm of buy and hold changed in the 2008-2009 time period when we had the financial crisis. Too many people are still afraid to get into a buy and hold scenario because they don't know when another crisis like that will happen again. People are still missing out on opportunities to play the market to the upside because they don't want 2008 to happen again. I will tell you this, that the majority of the money that I made in the market when I grew my portfolio was made in the 2007, 2008. VectorVest had us out of the market, and I was playing the market to the downside. And I was playing a lot of options to the downside. I made a lot of money in a short amount of time playing those options to the downside. A lot of money, where a lot of people were still holding on to stocks, and they were taking big losses, down 50, 60% in their portfolios, in their 401ks, in their IRAs. Whereas I was capitalizing on what VectorVest gave us. Why? Because I was able to heed the color guard and exploit the homepage. That stuff is so important. That's why it's one of the 7 secrets. These are secrets that, if known, you're going to make yourself into a better investor. There's no doubt in my mind you're going to. And that's, that's the beauty of holding these sessions, to learn what you might otherwise not learn. You'll get caught up in the quagmire of what's going on TV. You'll get caught up in the quagmire of what's going on by way of emails and social media. All of those things will catch you, and they will put your head on a swivel like this. And if you're doing that, how can you focus on anything? If your head is quickly going from side to side, where are you going? Where's your path? VectorVest is going to put you on a path. Our options, we'll talk about that starting next week when we go through the last 3 secrets. And don't be concerned about options. I'm going to teach you. Will you do a live on options? I'm not going to do a live trade on options. I won't do that, but I'll help you understand why options are a viable secret.
We'll have a live stream though.
Huh?
We will have a live stream.
Oh, we'll have a live stream on it, but I'm not going to do a live options trade or anything like that on the live stream. So next week, we will have the last 3 secrets, and options will be one of them. Options will be one of them. Does anybody have any questions? I still have about 10 minutes left in this presentation. Does anybody have any questions? Learning how to, let's go back to my main homepage. This is the 4th secret, using the homepage. Folks, there's a lot of information here. All right, we talked about the market timing gauge, which is our daily traffic light. We talked about the color guard, which is our, week over week, tracking these indicators on a week over week basis. Watch the trend, watch the call column, watching the daily color guard report every night. Folks, if you're not doing it, you need to be doing that. All right. We also have the top industries and the top sectors, and I can drill down into those to get you what they are. Is it there on the list? Sorry. Oh, it is there. Yeah. Next week we'll start talking about options. That's going to be the 5th secret. The 5th secret is going into next week is going to be learning how to trade options. Again, it's going to be very basic in regards to options. So looking at how many stocks we track, how many of them are buy, holds, or sells, how many stocks we track, how many of them are buy, sells, and holds, you can get directly to our university from this homepage. You can look at, again, the sectors, the industries, what's going on. Andrew says, can you all help me out so I can start a small trading account? Huh? Probably not the best place to try to do that. Everybody's trying to do. Okay, I just now understand your question. At least I think I do. Asclepiades says Robinhood is a good place to start trading. Why? Because they don't have any commissions. All right, they don't have any commissions. I do have a Robinhood account, but the majority of my trading is done through E-Trade. All right, so that's a good place to start. No, if you have Robinhood, you don't have to have anything. You can start off with no money. You don't have if you're asking for the money, then this ain't the place to start. This ain't the place for that. All right, that's not what this is all about. All right, no, it doesn't. That's not what matters right there, Asclepiades. I'm thinking he's trying to get, and that's not going to happen here. All right, that's not what we do here. All right, I'm here to teach you how to use the software. That's our goal, and I'm going to stick to that. All right, I'm definitely going to stick to that. All right, got about 8 minutes. I didn't see any much more come up in the way of questions, so put me behind my desk. Let me do that, Joey. All right. This is an opportunity for me to get to talk to you personally, face-to-face, by way of camera. If there's anybody in here that is not a subscriber, we have a subscribe button. Do we not have a subscribe button? We have a subscribe button. Hit it. For 30 days, you can take out a trial to the VectorVest software for $9.95. Just looking at that home page gives you a plethora of information to help you to make better decisions. Hopefully you were able to see that. Hopefully you were really able to see the benefit behind having that homepage. Nobody else has a homepage like we do. Nobody else does what we do. I've had the questions over the years of who are your rivals, who are your competitors. I answer the question in the most honest way I can. Nobody does what we do. Nobody analyzes stocks the way that we do. Nobody times the market like we do. The MTI on the homepage, is that a secret? The MTI is part of the homepage. So the whole idea, when I say the secret, that the secret of the of looking at the homepage is looking at everything that's there, Asclepiades. So don't just single any one thing out, but the MTI is on the homepage. If it's there, it helps you to see what the underlying trend of the market is doing. All right, and that's not a bad thing. But if you haven't taken a trial yet, think about it. $9.95 for 30 days. If you want to be alerted to when the next presentation is going to be or the next stream is going to be, by all means, hit that bell at the top. That will get you locked into that. But the third and fourth secret of heeding the color guard from a market timing perspective, it'll tell you whether the market is bullish or bearish, if it's okay for you to buy stocks or not. Look at that market timing gauge. Day over day, it will change. But the color guard will stay a lot more constant over the last 6 trading days to give you that information. Talking about that, looking at the home page as a whole, looking at everything that encompasses the home page. That kind of stuff is extremely useful. And again, nobody else has that. A lot of that is proprietary to us. A lot of that is proprietary for us. And that information, as a subscriber, you have access to. Use it. The more you use it, the more simple it becomes. The more simple it becomes, the more you'll use it. You keep making money with it, your confidence level grows. You learn to trust the system. We've been around for 30 years. The system works, but it all comes down to you trusting it. That only comes with building your confidence to be able to do that. All right? So, I still only got 5 minutes. I can be ready to stop this now. All I need to know is, does anybody have any questions? If you have questions that I need to answer, this is why I want the chat between me and you. The chat makes sure that you guys are being listened to and that your questions are being answered. So if you have any questions, ask them. And actually, I got another thing at 2. And then I have next week, we'll be back here on YouTube to finish up the 7 secrets. And then we'll start talking about the next mini-series we'll do. I'm not going to spoil it for you now. You'll probably start getting some information on it. But we have another mini-series going on once I finish this week's mini-series next Friday. All right, if there's no more questions, I want to say personally, thank you for being here this week. Thank you for this is still a new forum for us going on to YouTube. Seems to be a lot of interaction. I like that, and a lot of people out there. If you're not a subscriber, take advantage of it. All right, the mini-series continues next Friday at 12. And then after that, we're going to start a new mini-series on a different aspect of the software. This is what it's all about. If you like what you see, like us, follow us, and subscribe. Like us, follow us, and subscribe. Is this format for a beginner? Keith asked. This format is for a beginner. It is for a veteran person in the market, but we can start you off as slow as you need. You want to learn about how to use the software? Yes. This format is set up for a beginner. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate it. Market kind of sold off a little bit, and that'll happen. All right, that really affects me as if I'm a trader. If I'm a longer-term investor, one day doesn't make a trend. One day pull off or one day blow up doesn't really affect me. That's why I look at a longer term as a longer-term investor. As a trader, that could hurt me, and I would accommodate the trades based on that shorter-term analysis. All right, but Keith, yes, we can help you as a beginner, and no matter how you invest in the market, we have a timing signal that'll fit you. All right. With that, folks, excuse me, thank you for being here. Remember, click on the little bell in the top right-hand corner, number 1. Number 2, if you're not a subscriber, please sign up. And Keith, what happens when you first sign up, you're going to get a call from a product support representative that will set up something called a Getting Started training. There's a lot of tutorials within the software, Keith. There are a lot, all right? And once you become a subscriber, we will take you through all of those tutorials, all right? Ciao, Jay. So, folks, have a great weekend. I'll see you next week. Adios, arrivederci. Ciao. Sayonara. Au revoir.
Faster, smarter, better trades? You're just one tap away with the VectorVest mobile app. Just create a watch list of stocks. With one tap, VectorVest automatically rates them for value, safety, and timing, marks them buy, sell, or hold, and ranks the list from best to worst. Just one tap. The all-new VectorVest mobile app. Free for 2 weeks. VectorVest. Clear direction in the palm of your hand.